Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I have a very special product that I'm going to be showing you and installing to this BMW E87. Now many of you guys question me all the time on how many of you can have this in your car, especially when you don't have iDrive Net or the CIC. And I'm going to be showing you how you can actually have this device in your car without the need of actually doing any install, without removing any of the interior trim, without doing anything. Now this device was sent to me by a company, and the reason they sent this to me is because I picked up on it a few months ago, messaged them and asked if they'd be willing to send it to me, in which they did. And the reason for that is because many of you guys ask me all the time that you want to have this, but you don't have the iDriver, you don't have the CIC, and you don't know how else you can actually have this in your car. Or you see me, that I have it in my cars, and you're like, that's cool, and you really wish you could have it. Well, these companies have come up with a solution so that this can fit into everybody's car, regardless of what car you actually have. And guess what? This is very easy install. It takes literally 5 minutes to install and get set up. And guess what? It's actually removable as well. There's no need to remove any interior trims. There's no tools needed. There's literally nothing to set it straight up. So let's get onto this video. I'm going to show you the device that was actually sent to me that I know many of you guys will actually like to purchase for your cars. And it will be pinned in my comment box below. And I believe at the moment the price has gone down on Amazon. There's many different variants, so you guys can go and pick which one you actually want for your car.
Goddamn, get it on, will ya? Woo. When the blow up now, everybody's so unusual with it. Shit. But said times in his rhymes, cause his memories. We running through New York, so you know.
Okay guys, so in this box right here, this is the product we have. Now, this was sent to me by the company, and you'll be able to see the company on the box in a second. They are all over Amazon. So again, I will link them in the description if you guys want to go and buy it. Now, it doesn't matter what car you have. It can be a Ford, Vauxhall, BMW, Chevy, whatever it is, regardless what it is, you can install this to your car. And I know many of you will be happy about this because many of you actually want to have this installed in your car, but obviously you just don't have the certain features that most BMWs come with or other people come with. And you've got to remember, guys, a lot of cars from this day and age are all coming with this product fitted to them from the factory, even newer BMWs, purely because, you know, it makes your life a lot more easier than having to use your actual phone. Now inside the box here, we've got this device right here. And if you can see, this was sent to me by CARPURIDE, and they are on Amazon. I will link their product in the description below, and they've got really good reviews. You can also buy these with dash cams built onto the back as well. They do all different sorts of sizes of screens, whatever it is you actually want. I'll link a few down below, but I believe if I link one option, you'll be able to go through all the options just on the one that they've got there. They asked me to pick one. I ended up picking this one. And if you can see here, this is the in-vehicle multimedia solution. So you've got phone link, FM transmitting, IPS touchscreen. So it can also transmit radio signal onto your normal radio on your car. You can use this as an FM transmitter. You've also got SD card slot. You've got rear view camera, voice controls, auxiliary, and USB. You can also see on the box there, it's a HD display. It's IPS touchscreen, so it's touchscreen as well. It's Bluetooth, USB, TF audio, so transmits audio and video, voice controls, and USB charger port. Now inside the box, you'll see right here, this is our screen. Now, I haven't actually opened this or used this myself, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pull it out, and you can see the screen right there. Now, to some people, this will be just too big, but this is the one I picked. They do a half-size one, which is square, if you don't want this big one, but I just thought I wanted this one because it's got something that actually comes up that I really like, which I saw. You can see on the side, it's really well built. That's where you would actually dock it, which I'll show you how you dock that in a minute when we install it to the car. You can see on the side there, you've got your mic, so you can use an external mic if you wanted to. You've got an SD card slot. You've got a camera in function. You've got an audio out. You've got your USB, and you've also got your USB-C port as well for obviously powering it up. There is your on-off button as well. So that'll be your power button to turn it on and off. Obviously, we can't turn it on right now because it has to be powered to the car. Now I'm going to show you how easy it is to actually install. So what we'll do is we'll put this to the side, and I'll show you what's inside the box. Now, bear in mind, I'm going to actually get another one of these for my 6 Series because I believe these are a great thing to really have. Especially these days, you don't want to be retrofitting it. And like I said, the MMI boxes can overheat, especially when they're behind the glove box. So it does make more sense to actually have this that you can remove and put in any car. Because one thing I did hate as well is when you install these devices and then you sell a car, you've lost all that money. But with this right here, once you install this, you can take this out of the car within 5 minutes and you're done, and you can pull it in your next car, which is a really, really great thing to have. Now inside the box, you can see here, we've got our mount. So that just mounts onto the back of the screen itself, which I'm gonna do right now. Show you how it all mounts up. So you just get this out of the box right here. And you can see there, rotates. You can pull it whatever way you want. And you can see here, you can slip it on right here and then it locks in. So if we just put this in place, just like that, and it just goes up like that. You can mount it and stick it on your dashboard so it sits like that. So that was a mount if you want to just stick it on your dashboard. You've got a sticky pad right here as well to stick it on your dashboard, and you can leave the mount stuck to your dashboard. We're not going to be doing that because obviously we don't have the right thing for that. But inside the box as well, you've also got this, which is a suction cup mount as well. And this is the one we're going to be using that actually sticks to the windscreen. Now the reason I'm going to use this one is just purely because there's nowhere to actually stick it on the dash itself. Bearing in mind, I don't really want to destroy the dash, but that is a double-sided sticky pad that you can stick it to your dashboard if you actually want. Now the reason I'm going to be using this stick-on one is purely because that way you can remove it, because with something like this, if you park your car in a car park and you leave it hanging, or on your dash, or leave it sitting on your windscreen, people are going to get the wrong impression and think it's something very valuable, and then you can end up with your windows broken into or your car being stolen just for this device, because when you look at the screen you think it's something else, which many people won't know it's an Apple CarPlay screen. Just for Apple CarPlay, they'll think it's something very expensive, which, let's be honest, it is expensive, but you don't want to get your car broken into for leaving this sitting on the side of your dash or anything like that. So that's one of the reasons why I'm going to be using this. And bearing in mind the E87 has got a storage compartment on there as well. So obviously you just open it like that, and this will stick to your windscreen, and this part will hold the device in place. You'll stick your windscreen in like that, or you can have it down wherever you really want it, or you can do it like that, depending on what way you want it, but I believe you can put it like that on the windscreen. I do think it should stick, but as many of you guys know, when you do things on the windscreen, they don't usually hold. You've got to make sure they lock tight, because what you don't want is it dropping off when you're driving, or if you hit a bump, it will just drop off the windscreen. Obviously, to suction it, you just pull this little flap down here, and when you're ready, to push it up so it locks itself to the windscreen. You've also got an aux cable there. I'm not sure how long that is. We are going to be installing that, and you've also got right here the charger, which is USB-C, which is the in-car charger, which you just plug in to obviously power it. Now obviously it does go into your normal cigarette lighter or your 12-volt socket, and this one will go into your aux. Just bear in mind, if you do want to leave it in there full time, you can actually hide these leads and make it look a lot more tidier. We're not going to be doing that purely because I am going to be taking this in and out of the car when it's actually new. So you can think of it just like a basically fancy sat nav, but this time you've got an FM transmitter if you really want it, so you can play Bluetooth music. And you've also got basically Apple CarPlay. But this is the way Apple CarPlay is going now. They're making it very portable, so you can just remove it when you want to and pull it in. So it's just like having an old school sat nav. When you need it, you'll plug it up. When you don't, you leave it in your glove box. Hopefully they'll soon make cases for these. They can pull it in a case when it's not in use. You've also got here another mount, which I'm not sure. I believe this is a magnetic mount. So this you would bolt down probably to a dash, and then you would just screw it down, and then you can just stick it down here if you really wanted to. But obviously we're not going to be doing that. We're going to be sticking it to the windscreen. But you can see there's loads of different ways to hold it down inside the car depending on what you want. Me personally, I wouldn't use that, and I wouldn't screw that down to my dash. But some people do prefer that. It depends if you're driving a lorry or something like that. That's another good thing. If you do drive a lorry or a truck, these are good for that as well. Obviously you can see here you've got all the instructions. You can see here car stereo, no link required because it's wireless, and that's how it will look on the screen. You can see there, that's what the special feature is, why I asked for it. You see you've got a clock there. This is for Android as well, so you can use Android and Apple CarPlay. You can see here you've got wireless Apple AirPlay mirror link, so it's got AirPlay for Android. You can see there as well, or iPhone, Android. That's all the instruction booklet that you'll get with it. Tell you how to pair it, how to set it up. It tell you the different adjustments you can use to actually set it up. You can see here, that's the dashboard mounting one. So you can mount it to the dashboard if you want to, or you can mount it to your windshield, as you can see there as well, which I believe is probably better mounted to the windshield, or you've got an adjustable arm. You can put it down there as well, mount it to something. But as I said, it's really up to you guys where you want to mount it in your car. Obviously, it's all dependent on you, but I think it's a really, really great feature to have. Obviously, the mount, you don't have to keep removing. You can just quickly disconnect the CarPlay screen and take it with you, because nobody will actually know what them wires are actually for inside the car being left there anyway. But that's how easy it is to actually connect. That's everything it comes with. Let's get on to installing it. Okay guys, so now we're in the car and we've got the screen right here. This is what I'm going to be putting into the car. So we're just going to put the suction cup on the windscreen first. And then once you got that stuck to your windscreen, obviously you are going to want to get your screen and you're going to want to just slot it on there. So obviously it's going to be slotted right there. We're going to need to put our 12 volt lead in and our obviously auxiliary port as well. So we'll just plug this into the screen before we put the screen up, because I want to test how long it is. So it should be long enough to reach, and it is. It's more than enough cable just to reach where you need it to go, which is quite good actually. Obviously it's not going to be on the same side as where the auxiliary cable is, I don't think. No, it's not, because the auxiliary is going to be on the left side here, which I believe they should have really made it dependent on what country you're in. They should put the ports on the correct side, because obviously it being on the left side now, and the auxiliary's on my driver's side, so I have to run the cable a bit dodgily. So I'm gonna have to plug that in. So we'll just plug that into the auxiliary port, which is audio out. We'll just plug that into here, and now that's in audio out into that one. Now we'll get our 12 volt socket lighter, and we can just plug that into the spare one we've got here. So again, it's got a cable tie around it, just make sure you remove it. What we'll do, we'll just plug this in. So again, we'll plug that into the power cable, just like that. So as you can see there, it's now turned on. And as you can see, that's the display on the CarPlay. Now if you can see, it's showing Bluetooth because we don't have no Bluetooth connected. You've got all the settings, you've got USB, you've got your Bluetooth, you can see on the screen right there. You've got your auto, you've got your iPlay, your AirPlay, auto link, equalizer. So you can do everything you need to. Obviously you need to put it on the aux setting as well to be able to use it. I'm not sure how well the Bluetooth works. Obviously if it don't work great and people can't hear you, bear in mind the C87's got Bluetooth, but if your one doesn't work, you can also put an external mic in it and plug it up somewhere. So you've got to remember, if you do put an external mic in here, it is removable as well. So you won't have to worry about leaving it in. You can just clip it wherever just while you're using this, just to have an external mic. So you've got to remember, it's a really, really great device, and it really doesn't take long to set it all up. We're going to mount it now onto the stand itself, so that way we can get it all set up. So now I'm just going to mount it. Once you mount it, then you're just going to want to tighten your suction cup so that it holds, so it doesn't move everywhere. There we go. That's now all tightened. So you just want to tighten it all up once you've got it into the position where you want it, so it stays steady. And if you need to angle it, you can angle it just like that, but I'm going to angle it to face the camera. And then what we're going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to pair my phone with it so we can get it all paired. So if we just press iPlay, and then it says to use your iPhone to search. So we'll just use our iPhone just to search that code, which I've just found it now. And then what we can do here is just connect to the Bluetooth. It says pair, allow. So we'll just allow that. And if you can see there, the Bluetooth logo's come on. So now what we do, we just quickly connect to the CarPlay. So we'll just see now if it should connect. And there you go, guys. There's the CarPlay on the screen, and it looks really, really good. So now what I've done is I put it onto aux. We're just going to test the sound volume. Okay guys, so as you can see now, I'm now playing the music and it is working via the aux cable. Obviously I can't play it due to copyright, but everything's working on my music tracks completely. I'm very happy with the way it works. Obviously you can just click car home and you've got all your options right here. Obviously you can change that. You can click this one right here and you can get into all your settings, or you can leave it like that. It just depends on what color you want it. As you can see, I'm changing the background to whatever I want. If we go to transmit, you can do, as you can see up here, you've got FM transmit and BT transmit. So you've got all the transmit functions as well, if you really wanted to. So you can transmit audio to your actual car stereo from this unit and play music via Bluetooth audio as well. Because I know many of you always ask about Bluetooth audio in your car. This unit can actually do that. Obviously, many of you know what an audio transmitter is. You've got Bluetooth function, you've got the AirPlay, you've got the equalizer. If we click that, you can actually customize how your music sounds and how it all sounds. You've got USB, you've got your card, you can have the USB option as well in your settings. You'll have everything here, so you got your device speaker, which you can turn it off, so make sure you turn it off, otherwise it won't come through your aux. Obviously you've got the system version. In this side, you've got your Android wired link, iPhone wired link. On this one, you've got your Wi-Fi and everything else. So you can see you've got quite a lot of options here. You just click the car logo as well. You've got video warning, park line setting, rear view camera mirror. So obviously you can add a rear view camera to it as well, but just remember you have a wire hanging out every time you disconnect this screen. Like I say, the one thing they didn't think of is that obviously these wires, there could have been another way they could have done it so the wires don't look so messy when you plug it all in. Obviously it can all be unplugged very quickly within 2 seconds and you've got it all back to normal, but they could have come up with a better solution for this. And especially if they're going to add a rear view camera, and you can add a rear view camera to it, you want an option where you can basically be able to remove that and you don't see the cable. But I think they're thinking that you're just going to run it however in your car and just plug it in and then just unplug it when you need to. But that's simply not the case. I mean, they could have, hopefully they make a wireless rear view camera for it, because I think that would be a lot better, and obviously one that you can actually remove as well from the car to add on to this, but I haven't seen that as of yet. But overall guys, it is a really, really great product and it works flawlessly. Like I say, it's working through the aux perfectly. You can see the CarPlay itself, everything on the CarPlay functions perfectly. It's holding on the windscreen as well perfectly. Everything works, it is touchscreen. And like I said, I haven't tested the Bluetooth yet to find out if it works, but I'm sure we can find out if I just make a call to, I don't know, somebody right now. We can surely find out how well it sounds. So let's just give someone a call and see how well it sounds. Okay guys, so I just made a call just now and the person could hear me loud and clear. The sound of them was coming through the aux cable. It was working absolutely perfectly, no problems whatsoever. They could hear me, and you got to think this has got a built-in mic already. Didn't have no problems with them hearing me at all. I don't know if you're using a phone mic, the phone's mic built in, but whatever it was, it worked absolutely flawlessly with no issues whatsoever. So that's another good result. As I said, whoever's designed this, the company that's designed these screens, they've really outdone themselves, because this is something I think should have been available from 3 years ago. Like I said, them MMI boxes are good, but this is much, much better. And you're going to be seeing me probably install one in my E63 and obviously my E60, because having to do all that kind of stuff, having to rip out your whole stereo, this, that, the other, all the other features on them kind of screens, the Android screens that give you all them speedos and that, is all gimmicks. This is mostly what you're paying for, is the Apple CarPlay, because the licensing for this is quite expensive. So I get why the companies charge what they charge for these devices, but this is so worth it that you can just remove it. And like I said, if you do want to sell the car, you don't have to give this with the car. That's an added bonus, where with MMI box, once they installed, you've got to give them with the car. If you get another car, you have to buy another one. Where with this, you've always got Apple CarPlay no matter what car you have. Most cars these days do come with an auxiliary, so therefore you can have all your music straight away played the moment you go and pick up a car. You can just add this in your car if you've got an SD card. Even an SD card, you can put an SD card, it's got sound that comes through the speakers here. So if you ain't got, so for instance, if your radio's not working, you can play the sound even through this screen. That's how good it is that you can play music just through this screen alone. For instance, if you don't have a radio in there. So I think this screen is really, really worth it. And the price of it is unbelievable for what it is, guys. And guess what? You won't have to worry about spending the money, losing it and having to rebuy it, because you can keep this for as long as you need to. But even the color of the screen is really, really bright. It's really, really nice and crystal clear. And like I say, it's just worth it to have these days. This makes more sense than fitting anything else into your cars these days. So overall, guys, I give this product 5 out of 5 for what it is, and its usability, how easy it was to connect everything up. Just make sure you connect to the Wi-Fi on the model number that you'll get here, and the Bluetooth, and then just click iPlay if you're on Android, and Android Link will be something similar as well. But it's very, very easy to connect. I didn't have no problems connecting to it, and it works absolutely brilliantly. Okay guys, so as you see now, I've now shown you the product that was actually sent to me by CARPURIDE, which was the portable wireless Apple CarPlay. Now, as I said to you, there's so many companies making these products in this day and age. There is literally no reason and no way you can get out of it if you get caught on your mobile phone. As you've now seen, that can be fitted to literally any car on the road. It doesn't just apply for BMW as well. Now, if you are looking at buying them, I will pin them in my comment box below. But as you saw, you can literally have Bluetooth audio music through this device. You can have Apple CarPlay, have all your maps. You can literally do everything. And as I said to you, even the phone calls work perfectly coming through the aux system. As I said, I don't know what speaker it actually uses, where the people actually hear you. I'm not sure if it's your phone. I'm not sure if it's the actual built-in one on the actual unit itself. But you can also plug an external mic up to it and just clip it onto, you know, your sun visor or wherever. But as I said, it's a really, really cool piece of kit. And like I said, this is very, very easy to install. You can install it in literally any car on the road. And like I said, The good thing about it is, and I know very, very well full hand, that when I sell a car, I always fit these to every car I've had, including my M135i and every other car I've had. And then I end up having to sell it because it's an MMI box. I don't want to have to uninstall it to reinstall it to another car. So you end up getting rid of it. But with this device, you can pull it in almost any car and be able to use it. And like I said, the FM transmitter function works absolutely crystal clear and brilliantly. You've also got Bluetooth transmitters, so you can transmit audio to a Bluetooth device, which, you know, be it a portable speaker, whatever you've actually got, or you can actually transmit it through the FM transmitter itself. So therefore you won't actually need to use the aux cable if you're going to be using the FM transmitter. Obviously, music isn't going to sound as clear as it does via the aux with the FM transmitter function, but it still works, and it means you don't have to have the aux function either. So if you don't have an auxiliary port, do not worry about it. You can use the FM transmitter function to play your music and be able to make calls as well through the FM transmitter without the aux cable. And as I said, this product was sent to me by CARPURIDE, and I will link the product in the description box down below and also in my Amazon box. But as I said to you guys, this product I give a 5 out of 5 because it's absolutely brilliant and it's a masterpiece. Bearing in mind, like I said, that you can remove it at any time and pull it into another car. And you bear in mind, you know how many cars I got, guys, so I can literally move it out of one, pull it in the other, pull it in the other. You know, it just makes so much sense than having one just fit into one car, because this is the device you really have to have on you all the time in this day and age with the way things are going in the world with all the new laws and things like that. So this device is going to save you a lot of headache and a lot of money later on. So thank you very much for watching, guys. It's BMW Dr. Dean here, and goodbye.